Hello fans, welcome to the news, everything you will see today. The Lions starting center could leave Detroit for a $5 million contract with their division rival, and the Lions are expected to draft a new cornerback to replace Carlton Davis. Before informing you with this news, if you are just arriving and want to stay up to date with all the analysis and news from Lions, don't waste time and click on the subscribe button. Take this minute to subscribe now and help this video reach more Lions fans. Your like will allow this. Many who come here end up forgetting to leave a like, but this is very fundamental to our work. So thank you very much, and now let's go. The Detroit Lions are set to face the Washington Commanders next Saturday in a decisive matchup of the NFC divisional round. After a historic regular season campaign, Dan Campbell's team accumulated a 15-2 record, won the NFC North title, and secured the conference lead by defeating the Minnesota Vikings last week. With an electrifying offense, the Lions have emerged as one of the most consistent teams in the league heading into 2024. While quarterback Jared Goff and the playmakers get much of the credit, the real engine of the offensive unit has been the offensive line, under the leadership of coordinator Ben Johnson. However, the continuity of this key piece is under threat. In the 2024 season, the Lions returned 4 of their 5 offensive line starters from the previous year. The exception was Jonah Jackson, who signed with the Los Angeles Rams as a free agent. To fill that void, the team brought in veteran point guard Kevin Zeitler, 34, on a 1-year deal. Zeitler quickly proved to be a crucial piece in the Lions' offensive performance. During the regular season, he started 16 games, allowing just 18 quarterback pressures on 577 pass-blocking snaps. Additionally, he excelled in the ground game, earning a PFF grade of 87.2 in run blocking, third best among NFL guards. However, with Zeitler's contract coming to an end, he becomes an unrestricted free agent this offseason. Despite the Lions' efforts to renew with the veteran, other teams have already expressed interest in signing him. According to Isaac Zuniga of Last Word on Sports, the Chicago Bears are among the top candidates to sign Zeitler. With the need to bolster their offensive line, especially after a season in which quarterback Caleb Williams had the most sacks in the NFL, the Bears would be willing to offer a 1-year contract worth $5 million. Kevin Zeitler would be a solid replacement if the Bears lose young talent on the offensive line, Zuniga wrote. Also, if the Bears hire Ben Johnson as their new head coach, that could influence Zeitler to reunite with his former offensive coordinator in Chicago. The Bears' offensive line was one of the team's weak spots in 2024, especially on the interior. Zeitler, with his experience and technical ability, would be a valuable addition to anchor the unit and provide leadership to a still young group. While Detroit has clear intentions to re-sign Zeitler, his departure would represent more than the loss of a player. Zeitler brought stability and high-level performance to the offensive line, elements that were key to the Lions' offensive success in 2024. Should Zeitler decide to leave, the Lions will need to look for alternatives in free agency or the draft to fill the void, as keeping the offensive line performing at a high level is crucial to the continued performance of the offense. Zeitler's decision this offseason could be influenced by several factors, including interest from other teams and the ability to reunite with former teammates or coaches. Regardless of his fate, the veteran remains one of the most consistent options available on the market. For the Lions, losing Zeitler to a division rival like the Bears would be a significant blow. For Chicago, securing the point guard's signature could be the first step toward turning a vulnerable offensive line into a strength. Now, fans of both teams can only wait for the offseason moves, which promise to bring impactful changes for the next season. The Detroit Lions' defense shone in the 2024 season, establishing itself as one of the best in the NFL. The unit managed to limit opponents to an average of 20.1 points per game while also allowing just 98.4 rushing yards per contest, numbers that earned the team a top 10 spot in the league in both categories. This consistent performance was essential in the Lions' winning of the NFC North title by defeating the Minnesota Vikings in Week 18. which also secured them the #1 seed in the conference. As a result, the team earned a bye into the first round of the playoffs and home court advantage throughout the postseason. The defense's performance is even more impressive when you consider the number of significant injuries the group has faced throughout the season. Among the most experienced absences is Carlton Davis, the starting cornerback and key defensive piece, who suffered a fractured jaw during the Week 15 matchup against the Buffalo Bills. According to head coach Dan Campbell, Davis will not be available to return during the playoffs, which presents an extra challenge for the team. Prior to his injury, the veteran was having a solid season and playing an important role in the Lions secondary. However, with Davis's contract coming to an end, he will become an unrestricted free agent next offseason, and his tenure with the team is still uncertain. If Davis is not re-signed, the Lions are already evaluating options to bolster their defense in the 2025 NFL Draft. DraftKings network analyst Blake Crass points to HOLMES cornerback Trey Amos as a possible first-round pick for Detroit. The Lions had the most efficient offense in the NFL this season, but the draft should be an opportunity to further strengthen the defense, Crass said. With a ground defense already consolidated as elite, the team must focus on improving its secondary. Trey Amos would be a great addition with his performance history and ability to make an immediate impact. Amos enters the draft as one of the most promising cornerbacks after a standout 2024 campaign for the Rebels. He recorded 3 interceptions, deflected 13 passes, and allowed just 51.6% completion on 62 targets, while also holding opposing quarterbacks to a passer rating of just 54.5 when targeted. His stats demonstrate a high level of consistency and ability to contain opposing receivers, making him one of the top defensive prospects in the class. Keith Sanchez of the Draft Network praises Amos' physical and mental traits, describing him as a player with the ideal size, strength, and mentality to succeed as a cornerback in the NFL. While he still needs to refine some technical aspects of his coverage, Amos is a perfect fit for zone-based defensive schemes. He has the potential to become a reliable cornerback in the league thanks to his combination of football IQ and athletic ability, Sanchez said. If Carlton Davis does indeed leave the team next offseason, selecting Amos in the draft would be a smart and strategic decision by General Manager Brad Holmes. At 22, Amos would bring youth and talent to the Lions secondary, joining Terrion Arnold, the team's 2024 first-round pick. Arnold had a promising rookie season, and the addition of Amos would give the Lions 2 defensive cornerstones at the cornerback position, further solidifying an already dominant defense. Additionally, with defensive coordinator Aaron Glenn continuing his excellent work, Amos would have an ideal environment to develop and maximize his potential in the NFL. The combination of an experienced coach, a well-tuned system, and a team that is already among the best in the league could make Amos a key piece to the Lions' long-term success. With the NFC North title and a historic 2024 campaign under their belt, the Lions are determined to continue their rise as one of the NFL's best teams. Fortifying the defense with a talent like Trey Amos is a crucial step toward achieving that goal, ensuring the team remains competitive not only in this year's playoffs, but for seasons to come. Share your opinion here in the comments. I really want to know what you think. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave that like to help us continue bringing quality content. I'm counting on you to make this channel grow even more. Until next time.